Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good morning. John Hollis with Waking Up Blessed here at Rockers in Recovery. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. Also want to give a big shout out to all of the people that were sending messages of love to Lori yesterday. She was going through her second lumpectomy, and it was, an amazing day, to say the least. And I want to just thank everybody because as those messages were coming in, not only was it inspirational for Lori, but also for me and Chris to see the love and compassion that comes from the community that has built up around us over the last 10 years here at Rockers in Recovery. So we just want to thank each and every one of you for your support and your love, and most importantly, your prayers. We are here at Waking Up Blessed. It's a morning radio show that starts at 9 a.m. each morning, Monday through Friday. It's sponsored by SoberMap app. You can check out SoberMap app by going to either Google Play or the iStore, and check that out. They got some great stuff there. You can actually download the app and find local meetings near you and other information that might be pertinent to your recovery or somebody else's. It's about, one of the things that I've come to understand, and I found a great video. If you go to my profile page at John Hollis on Rockers or on Facebook, you will see that I put up this great video from Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he stopped during this 10-minute great session of music to, talk about love and loving other people. An amazing thing, and that's what it is all about today. We get to share the love of music, and we get to share the love of our recovery to other people. Mad, glad, or sad, I don't get to pick up no matter what. And I get to carry a message of hope today. And we're going to be doing that with our friend, of course, Gary Tannen, and somebody he's been working with, Peggy James. I'm looking forward to interviewing Peggy. I understand that she has a huge release today, and we're looking forward to finding out more about that. And we're going to bring them on right now. Gary, are you with me?
Good morning. How are you?
Good, brother. Good to speak with you. And Peggy, are you with me too?
Yes, I am. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Well, listen, I'm so glad that you guys could be a part of Waking Up Blessed this morning and tell us about what you guys are doing. But Peggy, first of all, we are going to be playing a song at the end of this, and it's An Hour With You. Can you give me some background on that song? What was the vision, and how did it come about?
Oh, well, that was kind of the way I write usually is there's some truth to the experience of it, and then I kind of add a lot of things into it, let's say maybe exaggerate the feelings somewhat. But it is just about, it could be about anyone that's longing for someone and, in a pure way, you just want to be with them again, just for even an hour to, feel close to them again and let them know that you love them.
Amazing. And where did your music, start, and how long have you been, writing music and, putting the community at peace with some really great music that I've listened to?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. I would say that in 1993, I had my first demo tape done with a producer, Mike Hoffman, and he was the first one who really believed in my music, that it was worthy of recording, and he was very encouraging and very talented. So we did this demo of 10 songs, which I actually made into and re-released as a CD. And then about a year later, in 1994, I said, well, why don't we do a real album, And we went into the studio and we produced a CD called Crossroad Moments, 10 songs. And that's at that time I really started to have a band, and I played out a lot for probably about 4 years. Every week I was playing out. It was, rehearsing and stuff. So it was pretty intense for about 4 years. And lots of things happened during my life during that time. And so I didn't produce another album until 2010. And that was called Joan of Arc. It had another 10 songs. During this whole time I was writing, and music was a part of my life, So even though I was extremely busy and a lot of other things going on in my life, I was still writing songs. And then recently, of course, in 2018, we did this new album called Nothing in Between. So it's been probably about 25 years of music, But I started.
Now you're releasing your new CD today. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And with the new release, what did you find that was, pivotal for you to get your message out? I mean, what are you looking to get out there to the people with your music and your songwriting on this particular project?
Well, I don't think there's anything in particular other than that I feel like every song is very honest, and it has a lot of human interest. It's a lot of human emotions, and, I just write out of my experience, and, it just comes out of me in this kind of a way. I don't really think so much about what the audience is going to think, but I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people who really like the honesty of the songs, and they can relate to them very much,
Yeah, I think that's one of the important factors that I've seen over the years, especially with writers, is that they're putting their message out, and they're honest in putting their message out in the music and in the written form, and then in the end, it really is what captures the audience.
Yeah, right. It's about being real and honest, and letting your emotions come out, and sometimes you're just you're kind of putting your vulnerability out there, but you're not afraid to, because it's the truth. It's the truth of living this life, and sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's great, but that's the way life is.
Peggy, where can they find your information? Let's have Peggy give the information where they can find a new release and the name of it and all of that.
Okay, it's called Nothing in Between, and at this point I'm on Facebook as Peggy James Musician. You can follow me there, and I'm also on CD Baby, so you can find my music there to download, which will also be, on all the things they support, like iTunes and Amazon, all the different sites they have.
And one more question for you, Peggy, and this, of course, you're on Waking Up Blessed here this morning, part of Rockers and Recovery Radio. And what does Waking Up Blessed mean to you?
Well, I have always had kind of a strong faith, and that's what's gotten me through a lot of hard times in my life. I went through a divorce with a husband who I loved dearly, but he was involved in alcohol very heavily, and I kind of lost the person that I loved. He became someone else. So I went through that whole thing, and I just have my faith to get me through, and every morning I wake up and I say thank you for another day, Thank you for a day to experience life, and go on. We all have to go on, And I always want to go on in a healthy way. I don't want to go on in a bad way. You know. I want to go on with it, being a good influence on people.
That's life, you know. Showing love and bringing love to others. Gary, you know, Gary, you bring some great artists to Rockers in Recovery, and of course, Peggy's no exception of that here this morning. And I wanted to thank you for, you know, supporting Rockers in Recovery, and also can you give us a little bit of information on Peggy's release and what it was like working with her?
Sure, John. Thanks again for having us on. And you know, Peggy speaks very humbly about what she does. I would say, as an objective observer from the outside, everything that I would you know, second everything she said about the honesty and integrity in music, as you know. And by the way, John, that's the first I've heard of the background story with the former husband. So this is an extra connection, I guess you'd call it. But I've known Peggy to be someone you know, that had a spiritual strength that I immediately connected with in her music, and I knew her producer for years, and they brought me this project at the beginning of the year, and once I heard it, I thought, oh my goodness, you know, there's a lot of diversity in the music industry as we know it today, and to me, Peggy was a breath of fresh air. So honesty, integrity always wins out, and those people are that you connect with when you present honest and deep material. Those people are the ones that are going to be your most ardent fans, because you've connected with them and given them something that they were struggling to find, to be able to use the music as a way of even identifying and saying, yeah, that's me. I felt that way with An Hour with You, and with you know, any of the songs on this record. The reviews have been overwhelmingly positive. You know, a lot of European reviews saying.
I think we lost Gary. You know, one of the things that I wanted to say, Peggy, is that he actually hit a point right now that was like really, really important to be hit, especially An Hour with You. When you started to talk about that with An Hour with You, and you were giving that, and then Gary just talking about what he was talking about, it really is a connection. It connects because, you know, between what you dealt with your husband and, of course, what's going on in the United States today. I mean, listen, we have 180 people a day dying from overdoses nationally here in the United States. So when you think about the parent or a loved one that gets to hear this message that you're giving through An Hour with You, it really sums everything up, because, you know, what would, you know, losing a child and losing a loved one, and if you could just have one more hour with them, you know what I mean? It's just I think it's a great opportunity for people to heal also. You know what I mean? It gets people talking. And that's, you know, that's one of the things that I think that, you know, my higher power, God, wants us to do, is communicate and show it through love, and things like this help connect people.
Right. Yeah, you know, I've had a lot of grief in my life through that experience with my ex-husband, and I had to be a single parent. At the same time, I was doing music and working full-time to support my family. And I've made it through those times because of my faith in God. And, you know, it's really true. You have to draw upon something stronger than yourself at times. So luckily I've found the way, you know.
Peggy, you know, in closing, do you feel that you feel better when you write. I mean, you're talking about, trauma and things that you've gone through, and when you write and you put those feelings to paper, is it like therapeutic for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love to have time to write and create something that is really full of meaning to myself and to others, and it feels great. It's one of my most favorite thing to do is record. I think that's so much fun to record and to document those songs that you write. It's great. It's really enjoyable.
Peggy, I want to thank you for being on the show, and I want to
Thank
thank you for giving us an opportunity to hear your new release. And if you go to Peggy James Musician on Facebook, and it's at Peggy James Musician, check it out. I think you'll love what she's doing, folks. And most importantly, one day at a time, carry a message of hope. And this morning we're doing it with Peggy James through her music. Peggy, thanks for being on the show, and thanks for being a part of Rockers in Recovery. We will definitely, we'll have you back in the future. I would love to hear more from you.
All right. Thank you very much.
You bet. All right, guys, there you go. Rockers in Recovery, Waking Up Blessed. You can check us out at, of course, at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook. You can also check me out at my profile page at John Hollis on Facebook, and you can also go to rockersinrecovery.com. I want to thank SoberMap app. Of course, those guys are working diligently. They got some really great stuff coming out in August. A lot of the feedback that you guys gave over the last year to SoberMap app is going to be starting to be implemented. So check it out at SoberMap app on, of course, Google Play and the ice store. Check that out, and listen. Here's the reality. We get to wake up blessed this morning. We get to carry a message of hope, and we get to do that one day at a time. Mag Glader said, "I don't get to pick up no matter what." I want to thank everybody again for your huge support yesterday. It was a long day. Started at 4 a.m., finished up last night at around 11, and it was just a long, long day. But you know something? We want to carry a message of hope this morning. We're doing that. We did it through Peggy James. Here we go. An hour with you from Peggy James.
I know I said when I was with you, I would never miss your kiss. I know I said when I was with you, I would never pay for this. Nobody's girl has finally left, nobody's boy. And for a while I had a bet to see if I could wrestle you and win. But now I look everywhere, hoping to find nobody's sweetheart tonight. And all I've got left is this echo inside me of all of the things that we said. But I think I might change my mind, and I think that I've got the right. Go ahead and laugh if you like. Besides, it just might make your night to know that I paid for 1 hour with you. I paid for 1 hour with you, just to lay on your bed while you sleep, and just to hold you and not say a thing. But then I had to come across with all my insistence, when all I needed was just a shot to strengthen my resistance to you. But now I look everywhere, hoping to find nobody's sweetheart tonight. And all I've got left is this echo inside me of all of the things that we said. But I think I might change my mind, and I think that I've got the right. Go ahead and laugh if you like. Besides, it just might make your night to know that I'd pay for 1 hour with you. I'd pay for 1 hour with you, just to lay on your bed while you sleep, and just to hold you and not say a thing.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.